So there's a kind of conversation, isn't there, that leaves you feeling heavier than when it started, where you listen, you support, you hold space, and when it's over, the other person feels better, but you feel like wrung out and drained and depleted, like something has been taken from you, right? And then you start to wonder, am I just being too sensitive? Or why do I feel resentful when I'm just trying to be a good friend, right? Is it me? So let's name that gently but clearly, right? You're not crazy. They really are dumping on you. So there's a difference between emotional support and emotional dumping. Right? Support is mutual. It happens in connection. You take turns supporting each other. And most importantly, it honors your time, your energy, and your consent. Emotional dumping is different. It's a flood. It's like a vomiting, right? And it's often unsolicited. It's often one-sided, where someone offloads their pain, their anxiety, or their chaos onto you without first asking if you have the capacity to receive it, right? And it will often come with urgency. If you try to slow down, it will come with guilt. And it often leaves you wondering, right, when, if ever, it will be your turn to be heard. So if this happens to you often, it's potentially because you have trained people, right, unknowingly, and it's not your fault. But let's talk about this. It's because you have unknowingly trained people around you to believe and even rely on, right, the fact that you will always be the safe space for them, right? That you're the one who's reliable and strong and understands, right? You're the one who doesn't push back. You're the one who never says, I can't take this on right now, right? But the truth is, when you are constantly the one absorbing and holding and carrying other people's emotions, without the space ever to process your own, let alone, getting help from other people to process your own emotions. You don't feel wise, you don't feel strong, you just feel heavy and drained. And that honestly is not real connection, right? It's just a quiet form of emotional labor. And this video is your sign that you are actually allowed to step out of that role. Here's something you can practice. Again, no pressure, only if you want. Before saying yes to holding someone's pain, especially when it's unsolicited, ask yourself, do I actually have space to hold this right now? Right? And another question you can ask is, am I actually choosing to be present for this? Or am I just going into it on autopilot? Right? It's become like a bad pattern and it's my default. Another question you can ask is, if I actually say no to this, what do I believe will happen? Right? And is it something that I'm afraid of if I say no to this? And the reality is, in order to set a boundary with that, you don't have to blow everything up. You don't have to ghost them. You don't have to be rude. You can just say, as a for instance, hey, I care about you. I care about you, but I am at capacity right now. Right? I need some just downtime alone. Or you can say, hey, can we talk later when I have more space to hold this? Right? Or you could say something like, look, I want to support you, but I need to be honest about what I can hold right now. Okay. And saying these things is not selfish. It's actually sacred. It is holding a boundary for you to keep and preserve and honor your own needs for your own sacred space with your own self. And often, to be honest, it's a kind of barometer and a bit of a kind of stick litmus test of any given relationship where, in the examples I just made, you're not even saying no, like I don't want to help you. You're saying, yeah, I'm down for this, but I just need to push it off a little bit. Can we delay it a little when I have more time? And so you're not saying you're just saying like later, like 10 minutes from now even. And if even that, they start guilting you, they start pushing back, that is just, relationships are complex and multifaceted, but just that alone, let's just put it this way. It's a data point, okay? It's a data point on the relationship, okay? And if the things I'm saying here, right, are hitting a nerve with you, if the things we've said here are helping you to name something you feel like you've been carrying but haven't quite had the words to explain it, even to yourself with, this is the kind of clarity that we work on in the Boundaries program that I recently designed. It's called the Boundaries Quickfire Program, which is to teach you boundaries not as a way to push people away, but actually to specifically recognize the places in your life where your energy has been leaking out, right? And let's just say no harm, no foul. It's just been leaking out, right, in different relationships, okay? And then learning how to gently reclaim that energy and fill those leaks so you end up giving out your energy, but only when you want to and only from a place ideally of love and not fear. And if that speaks to you, the program is available, the next step is waiting. But even if you don't move forward, even if you stop right here, I hope this video gave you one specific thing today that you will take away with you, which is permission. Permission to stop absorbing what was never yours to begin with. Permission to listen and honor your own limits. And permission to stop being the emotional, dumping ground of the people around you in your life for people who never ask how you're doing, right? Because your energy is precious and it is time to treat it that way.